So my name's Andrew Howard, and this is sort of my journey from being an award-winning prison officer, we do get awards, to a successful narrative jeweller. So I'm wearing one of my pieces now. This is narrative jewellery. It's a little bit larger, it's a little bit more in your face, and it's got little weird things to it. The pieces along the bottom are made by sort of my colleagues and people I work with, so not necessarily my work along the bottom. Anything that's mine I'll point out and say, and you can ask any questions about it later on. But if you've got any questions about anyone else's work, then feel free to ask me that as well. So what did I do? I was a stalker. This is what I ask my people I work with at the moment. What does that say? A stalker, someone that collects roses, or a James Bond lookalike but a bit fatter, which is really nice of them. I was actually a prison officer from 2004 to 2011 at HMP Style. HMP Style is in Manchester. It's a female prison, and we held 437 average female prisoners. So I worked on originally the CSRU, which is the Care Support and Reintegration Unit. My actual first week in the prison was in a house full of murderers, so 12 female murderers. It was a little bit scary because I'd never worked in a prison before, and I'd never worked with a murderer before, but I drank a lot of tea. Well, they thought I did, but I never really trusted them in my first week because they could be poisoning me, so I poured a lot of tea down the toilet and made my own. I then moved on to a Keller unit. We named it Keller after Helen Keller. It's a good Google search for you, find some more information about her. It was underperforming. We were one of the lowest ranking female jails in the prison system, and we were the lowest ranking mental health prison in the UK. So we were quite low. We went to then the highest ranked in 1.5 years, and we did that because we worked. We worked very, very hard. I personally introduced Pat Dogs, which is pet-aided therapy. So I had a little dog that came in, he still lives with me now, called Charlie. He's a rather large Bouvier, fantastic animal. But he allowed me to use that as a tool to talk to people, to get people to come to me. We also introduced goats, because I wasn't there all the time. We had sensory gardens, a therapeutic community. I introduced occupational therapy and got funding for it. I introduced an alternative thinking. So we didn't just go about making pieces randomly. We had a purpose for making pieces. That's when my jewellery came into the prison service. I was an act assessor, which is basically someone who does suicide risk. So how likely are you to kill yourself? I was a suicide prevention officer, a rapid response team member, which means I got in a few fights, and I was a lead CNR instructor. So I went into riot on the rest of the jails. I'd go down and we'd go and have some fun with bricks. As you saw in my beautiful picture earlier on, I got to wear a tuxedo, which is quite nice. I felt quite good in it. I got a Butler Trust Award at Buckingham Palace, and I was given that by Princess Anne. So everyone else's picture, they were all talking to the princess, and mine, I'd got my award, turned, gave the cameraman a smile, and carried on talking to her. I want people to see me doing what I do. So that's why I'm here today. That's why I've been setting up a jewellery store for the last 2 days. I put myself out. This all does link in, I promise you. I got a Community Achievement Award because I put myself out there and said, this is what I do. I wrote to papers and say, I got an award. I did this, I did really well at my job. I got an East and Central Cheshire Award of Excellence because I wrote to them and said, I'm amazing. This is what I do. I was nominated for the Prison Officer of the Year 3 times. First year I was certified. First year I was nominated. Second year I was certified. Third year I came second. The year after I left the prison service. They didn't give me first. I left. So what do I do now? I'm at the School of Jewellery in Birmingham. I am currently doing a DFI, so it's Design for Industry degree year, so I'm in my 3rd year. I'm a student rep. I'm a course rep. I was a student mentor last year, so I went around schools talking to what ended up being naughty boys and getting them to kind of think about why they need to stop being naughty boys and start coming to school. I'm a full-time DFI student, so I start university at 8:30 in the morning and I finish at 8 o'clock Monday to Thursday. And on Friday I get to finish at 4:30 because on Friday I'm a psychiatric nurse. So on Friday nights, so tonight I'll leave here. I'll go up to Stockport, so I drive home. With the M6 at the moment, it takes about 4 hours. I work until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then Saturday night, I'll work again. This weekend I'm working Sunday as well, so I'll leave at 6:30 in the morning to be at uni for 8:30 on Monday morning. So I'm dedicated to what I do. I don't just stand around and sort of do little bits and go, oh, right, I've had 2 days in now, I'm knackered, I'm going to go to sleep. I work, and I work because I want to be successful. At the moment in my class, there's 19 people. 3 of us are makers. One person turns over around £100 a month. I'm turning over about £8,000 a year at the moment as a university student, because I'm going out and saying to people, I want to make your jewellery. I'll make it a really good price for you, but I want you to then go and tell other people about my work. I'm getting myself out there, I'm saying, I'm amazing. At the moment, I'm also Assistant Director of Sleeping Beauty Pantomime, so back up at home. Before I go to work, I come along and I help one of my friends who's directing a pantomime. I taught theatre for 9.5 years, so finishing work, getting to a theatre, teaching kids, trying to get them to come out themselves and not be the person that sits around quietly and a little bit shy. Get out there, tell people you're amazing. I also run my own businesses. So I run 2 businesses. I run Andrew Charles Designs and I run engraverphoto.com. So I have little key rings with people's faces on. They're really cute. And they cost a tenner, and everyone else charges 15 quid for them. So I get their business because I'm amazing. 3 out of 4 voices in my head want to go to sleep because I do a lot. I'm quite tired. But more interestingly, I want to know if penguins have got knees, because I want to know what's out there. So what I do is I go on the internet when I get in, and rather than go to sleep, I go on Twitter and I go along and I say, I'm here today. I'm amazing. Look what I'm doing. This is what I'm here now. Use me because I'm going to help you. So Julian, who's booked me for today, I've done 3 talks for him so far since starting my 2nd year. So I go through and Julian says, come and sell yourself. Brilliant. So that's another day. My hand in today is at 4:30. So I've been at uni this morning since 8:30. Well, I actually got there at 8 this morning. I've come from there, left there at 10:30. Come here, I'll do this, and then I'll go home. I'll eat something, and I'll go back to university, complete my hand in, and then drive home up to ready to work tonight. So how old am I? 25. You know, I was hoping someone was going to go wrong. I'm a little bit upset about that. But seriously, how old am I? 28? No. I'm a little bit upset. I look a bit younger than I used to. I'm 33. Okay, so at 33, I decided I was going to go to university. I had to leave the prison service. I got injured. I got battered. I was amazing, and I got battered because of other people who weren't amazing. So I had to leave, unfortunately. I went to university, and I decided that I was going to be someone. So I didn't just come along and sit here and say, okay, I'm going to sit here and do, as some of my class do, 9 till 4, and then go out and get really drunk. I still win awards. It's a beautiful piece up there. It's a little soldier protecting the Queen. You can't really see it. Go on my website, you can. So this lady apparently is very big in Birmingham. I haven't got a clue who she is because I don't get to watch TV because I'm quite busy selling myself. So I came along, and this award was basically for helping out at the school. So for everything I do and everything that I do to promote the school, they gave me an award. They gave me £50 of cash, which was brilliant. I went and got some tools for it. I didn't want to be this guy in the top corner. I didn't want to get a guy sat there watching his clock going, oh, I just want to go out and get smashed. That wasn't what I came to do. If I'd have gone to university at 18, I pretty much guarantee I'd have a 14-year-old child round about now, because that's what I was led by. I was led by girls. I was led by going out and getting drunk. And as I've got a bit older, I realised that actually you can't do that. You need to be dedicated. You can go out and get drunk. I'm going out. I'm going out on Monday night. I've got a night off. But what I also do is I work, and I work endlessly and tirelessly to sell myself, to sell my business, to go out and say, be someone you want to be. Use your imagination. How can you get your work out there? So I'm here now, and one of the things that said was, when I applied and you get your application form, it said, dress appropriately to your age group. I don't know how old you lot are. I didn't book you to say, come and watch what I'm doing today. So I thought about it, and I pulled my pants down a little bit, and then I put a bit of my makeup on, and I realised that's not me. I went for a job interview for Next, and I went just as a warehouse worker because I needed some extra money. So I went in and I sat there, and the manager came in and said, oh, I think you're in the wrong room, sorry. So I stood up and I left the people in tracksuit bottoms and t-shirts, in my suit, my tie, tied differently, a little bit of a weird knot at the top. And she sat me down in the office with the rest of the people who were going for supervisors' jobs. Now, I hadn't applied for supervisor's job, but my look made her say, okay, maybe he's a supervisor. That's what he's come for. He's obviously in the wrong place. I got the job as a supervisor, and the rest of the people got their jobs working in the warehouse. So because of your look, because of who you are, because you sell yourself, you make yourself look a little bit smarter. You say, this is who I am. I'm the smart person with a weird tie. Because a lot of people come up to you and go, oh, I like your tie, what's that? And then when you come to things, oh, it was your tie, you're the weird guy tie, aren't you? I have a name at one of the companies that I work with. Well, I'll go back to that in a second. I'm known as the Willy Man when I go into Weston B Moore. Weston B Moore is a massive production jewellery place. Because I went to them and I said, I've got an 11-inch vibrator that I want to make to 1 inch. So as you can see in the far side there, a little old couple looking at a piece. It's a vibrator. It's a 1-inch scaled-down vibrator. I needed something from my end-of-year show last year that said, this is this person. So when people come along, and I stood next to my cabinet nearly all week, most people stood there for 10, 15 minutes. I stood there. So when people came along and said, what is that? Is it a cactus? No, madam, it's a vibrator. Why would you have vibrators in your work? Because people are talking about my work. If you look at my Twitter feed, people are talking about the Willy Man. So I don't mind being known as the Willy Man, because people are buying my work. I sell these, I'll tell you the truth. These cost me £1.75 to produce, make, finish, complete in silver. I sell them at £20 each on a necklace. The necklace cost me 99p. I sell them to hen parties, I sell them to stag parties, I sell them to people who just want to wear a willy around the neck. I'm selling my work because it's a small vibrator. I also make small pieces based on what I find. So I found this tube of paint as I was walking along, a little bit drunk one night, and I thought I'm going to make something out of that. So I made a Banksy little painters. These are all around this kind of size, so they're all very small pieces. I sold this one to my teacher. Now it was up for sale for £100, so fairly cheap for my work. It's all laser cut, it's laser welded. It's taken me a long time to make it. She paid £200 for it, because she believed in me as a collector. She's now got 6 of my pieces, so she's doing quite well, and I'm doing quite well out of her. I have top right, we have the Pope in a confessional box with a group of prostitutes. Now people are saying, well, why are you being disrespectful to the Pope? I'm not. If you read back through the Bible, the Pope and Jesus, they were all about getting involved, helping those people as outcasts. I see myself as a bit of a Pope. I'm atheist, so I'm not religious. But I would look at those prostitutes and say, okay, come in, let's have a chat. What's going wrong? So that's my evening works. I look at the mad cow disease. I look at McDonald's, and on the other side of this one here, the Damien Hirst brooch, is the horse meat scandal. So it's getting people talking, it's current, it's something there. And obviously at the bottom here we have the deer hunt. Because I don't think we should shoot people who haven't got a chance to shoot us back. War's fine, don't mind. If you want to go and kill each other, it's your choice, you chose to do it. Don't kill a deer. So this is me, this is what I do. I am a designer, I'm a maker, and I'm passionate about selling myself. And what I'm saying to you is, don't just go out there and say, okay, I can do this. Go out there and say, yes, I'll do that for you. No problem at all. Yeah, I'll do that. How much? Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more and be cheeky. Go ask and say, can I have some work experience? I entered a competition. I came 4th. In the top 3 people got work experience. They got a week. I ended up with 2. Because I went to them and I said, do you mind if I do a week's work experience? We haven't got the time. Okay, can I tweak your floors then? Oh, we don't need our floor sweeping. Okay, I'll make your teas then. Well, we don't really need someone making tea. Okay, well, I'll come and sit in your CAD office and do some CAD work then. Okay. So they took me on for a week. After that week, I said, can I do an extra week? Okay, you can do an extra week. Because I asked. At the end of that second week, they offered me a job to work this year, and I said, no, thanks very much. I've got enough on at the moment. So I said, but next year, when I finish, I'll come back to you. They got in touch with me about 3 weeks ago and said, just checking you're still in line for coming on when you finish your course. And I said, maybe. Because I don't know what's around the corner, but I'm going to carry on selling myself. Because if that company wants me, one of the biggest UK manufacturers, chances are there's someone out in Dubai where it's lovely and warm. Someone got a job there last year. Not stop me getting one there, is there? So I'm going to go back slightly. This is some of the work that other people create on my course. It's beautiful. Solid silver trophy. A beautiful silver and gold necklace. Exceptionally expensive pendant piece. 18 karat gold. A steel chest set. A silver and gold brooch. These is all people who have never made jewellery before. Never picked up an instrument. Never picked up a saw. I've done it for a long time. I've done it for about 15 years in total now. They've never picked something up. So don't think you can't do something. If someone says, do you fancy being a jeweller? I'll give it a go. If anyone says, How do you do it? I'll say, this is how you do it. A lot of jewelers don't. Today, just across to my side, there's a jewellery stand and there's a competition going on at the moment. Go and see them. Go and ask people what's going on. Go and say, how are you doing this? What's happening? There's 4 gentlemen there who look really bored. They're old. They've been doing it for a long, long time. Go and get some inspiration out of them. See what they've got. And after you've done that, tonight, go onto my websites and order some jewellery. Get in touch with me. My contact details on my website. Ask for something. Christmas is coming up. Mum and Dad's. Yeah, do some good prices. If anyone wants a Willie, I'll do it at a discount price for you. Just mention you've been here. If anyone's got any questions, I'd love to answer them for you now.